I want you to imagine yourself at a networking event, standing in the corner, business cards or QR code, whatever it is, clutched in your hand and ready to go. But you're hesitant to go up to anyone to introduce yourself. You don't want to bother folks, and everyone there seems like they already know each other. You want to just blend into the wallpaper, basically. Now imagine walking into that same room with absolute certainty that someone there has been actively searching for exactly what you provide. They've been Googling all the things and researching lots of different solutions and are at their wits' end with the exact problem you solve. It's someone who is struggling right now because they haven't found you yet. Would you still be hiding in the corner? Or would you be confidently introducing yourself to everyone and not just introducing yourself, but also introducing your business and how you help people? Here's a question that changed everything for me and my business. What if there are 100 clients out there right now looking for exactly what you offer, but they just can't find you because you're playing small? I spent months tiptoeing around my business, worried about being pushy, worried about what others might think. Then one simple mindset shift completely transformed how I showed up. And today I'm sharing that game changing perspective with you. Welcome to How to Quit Your Job, the podcast for moms ready to ditch the 9 to 5 and build a life and business they love. I'm your host, Jenna Reichel. Let's go. Hi, mom friends. This has been a week. I thought we were past the 6th season, but Adley ended up with a stomach bug and it went on for what felt like a week. It's still going on. And I'm not even going to go into specifics about what led up to recording this episode, but let's just say, and excuse my language, I'll give you time to turn it down. Shit hit the fan, but I'm here showing up, and that's what matters. But any moms out there listening who've had their work week completely ransacked by illness, I see you. And just remember that the work will never be done. Kids grow up so fast. So if you need to stop everything to snuggle on the couch watching Bluey, everything will be okay. Okay, for today's episode, I want to do something a little different. I want to do a quick hitting nugget that is a powerful mindset shift that could completely transform how you show up for yourself and your business. This was inspired by a conversation I had with a few moms in my weekly group coaching session. So I work with clients one-on-one, and then we have a weekly session where mom entrepreneurs come together in community to get coached and see what challenges others are facing in their business. And let me tell you, those group coaching sessions are pure gold. There's something truly magical about hearing other women's challenges and questions in their business. So often, moms come with their own specific business problem and challenge, but get so much more value from the coaching that is given to someone else that they didn't even think they needed, right? And that's the power of community on this journey. So, anyway, we were in this coaching session talking about imposter syndrome, talking about other people's opinions, and talking about wanting to avoid embarrassment and all the things that keep us playing small. You know, the normal stuff that we all go through and struggle with. And I asked the group a question that my own coach once asked me. And it was, how would you show up differently in your actions if you truly believed there were 100 clients out there looking for what you had to offer? And I want you to just sit with that for a second. 100 people, real people, actively searching for exactly what you provide. And it doesn't have to be 100. Okay. For some people, even just thinking there's 10 people would be motivating. Or depending on what you offer, maybe 1,000 may feel better. But listen, the point is the belief that people are out there suffering and are looking for the product or service you provide to solve their problem. And here's what's interesting. Many of us say we believe in our work. I talk to moms all the time who tell me, I'm meant to do this work. I believe in this work. I know there's people out there that need this. But then they hesitate to take action. They hesitate to be visible. They pull back from putting themselves out there and sharing their ideas or their business, even with friends and family. And what that tells me is that somewhere in those deeper layers, there's a lack of belief. And more specifically, a lack of belief that people are out there looking for what you have to offer. It's such a powerful reframe to think about actual people being in search of what you offer, because when we're honest with ourselves about our belief or lack of belief in how many people are out there waiting for us and trying to find us, we're able to recognize areas that we may hesitate or hold back. We might not want to be pushy or annoy anyone, right? We don't want to blow up people's news feeds. When we have a steadfast belief that we have something valuable to offer and that there are actual human beings out there waiting for us, it becomes our duty to help them find us. And I experienced this hesitation myself. Okay, before my coach challenged me with this mindset shift, I was really sheepish in my business. I struggled to put myself out there and be visible. I rarely posted on social media and found it difficult to even introduce myself clearly at networking events, right? I didn't want to take up space, okay, which I know a lot of us struggle with. And then my coach asked me that question, right? How would you show up differently if you believed there were 100 people out there looking for you? I stopped in my tracks, right? And it changed everything because I wasn't thinking about the way that I was showing up in my business and in my marketing as being for the people who are looking for me. I was always thinking about it as what it meant about me and what I was doing. And I remember going to a networking event with this new mindset of 100 moms are out there looking for me. And I approached every new conversation with more confidence and purpose. I didn't necessarily think that one of the moms who might be looking for me was in that room, but I thought to myself that maybe one of the moms in the room would know the person who has been struggling, hating their corporate role, and wanting to start their own business to have more flexibility with their kids. And like I said, it changed everything about the energy that I went into that room with. I was so much more confident. I was so much more confident going into events. It changed how many times I posted and emailed, and even just how I talked about my business with friends and family. All of that transformed completely from that one simple shift because I was no longer caught up in the mental drama about myself. It was now about how do I make sure that those people can find me? Are you feeling the pull to start your own business but aren't sure even where to begin? I've created a free step by step workbook specifically for moms like you who want to transform their entrepreneurial dreams into reality. Okay. Inside, you'll discover practical exercises to uncover your unique skills, match your passions to profitable business ideas, and create an actionable 30-day plan that fits into your busy life. No more feeling stuck or overwhelmed. This workbook will help you gain clarity and confidence to take that first or next step. Okay? Head over to jenna.coach to download your free How to Start a Business When You Have No Idea What to Do workbook. And let's turn your business dreams into your new reality. When we start businesses, we do it because we see a problem that needs to be solved. We see there's a gap and a market for whatever we're offering. And I help plenty of clients come up with their actual business idea and even talk through how to do that in episode 6. So you can definitely check that out. But, when we come up with a business idea, the viability of that idea is based on whether people would pay for whatever product or service you're offering. And I say that because, so from the beginning, there's a part of us that knows there are people out there, there's a market. But this is slightly different, what I'm talking about now, because knowing that there's a market for something is business speak. And knowing that there are 100 individual human beings that are experiencing the world and trying to solve a problem that you know how to solve with your eyes closed, it's two completely different things. We can know that there is a need in the market for what we have to offer, and we can still hesitate and worry so much about ourselves in the process and how we're showing up, which actually gets in the way of us showing up. But when we think about those 100 people and we think about the struggles that they're dealing with, that is energizing. When we think about that, our marketing isn't about us, it's about them and helping them find us. It is energizing. It changes the temperature of the room, right? And listen, part of this is strength in numbers, right? There are over 8 billion people in the world. So chances are it's not outlandish to say there are at least 100 people out there who are looking for you and just don't know that you exist yet. So then our mission in putting ourselves out there is no longer about us or whether we're saying the right things or whether we're good at marketing or finding the right trick or algorithm. It's literally just, are we helping them find us? Them being the people who are out there looking for us. And if you're not telling anyone in your life about this new business idea, and if you're not finding ways to be visible, whatever that means for you, then you're not helping them find you. It's going to be so much harder for them to know you exist. Almost every mom entrepreneur I meet who has been in business for a while says to me, I wish I had someone like you when I first started my business. And I have clients who hear that all the time from people too. And here's the thing, there is someone who is that person right now. For me, it's someone looking to start a business. For you, it's whoever is your ideal client who's struggling with whatever problem you solve. You and the value you offer exist now. And in 5 years, you will meet someone who wishes they knew you existed 5 years ago today. Are you with me? Are you staying with me? This is a little bit of mental Olympics, but you got to find that person now. So instead of saying they wish they knew you existed, they are leaps and bounds further along or less stressed or not divorced or more organized or have better health, whatever it is. Truly, when someone tells me they wish they had someone like me when they left corporate 5 years ago, it energizes me because it reminds me of this simple notion that there are people who need me right now. And here's the thing too, they may not know they need you. Some of those entrepreneurs I've met say they needed me in hindsight, but would they have been willing to invest in coaching for their new business 5 years ago? Maybe not. And what that means is that it's my job to find the words that help them to understand the value. So part of this is making ourselves available to the people who are looking for us. But then the other part is finding the right words to truly help them understand the value. In general, when I started thinking of marketing and showing up as a way for people who need me to find me, it was so much easier to talk about what I did in all mediums. And if this isn't exactly resonating, I want to share another example that usually hits home. And it's an example I love to share. So I want you to imagine you had the cure for cancer. Just picture that for a second. Okay. How amazing you have the cure for cancer. And I know that your business might not literally save lives, right? Though some of you work in important health and wellness fields. But if you had the cure for cancer, if that was your business, this cure, would you be worried about whether you were bugging people with your Instagram posts? Would you worry about telling a friend about this cure for cancer you came up with? Of course not. You would be getting in front of as many people as possible. You would be shouting it from the rooftops. You would be doing everything you could to make sure people not only listened, but took you seriously enough to invest in themselves through your product or service because it's the cure for cancer. But we're not thinking of what we offer as having that much value, are we? We aren't operating from the belief that there are people out there who really want and are actively looking for what we have. Now, it might be a stretch to compare what you're offering to the cure for cancer, but I want you to just understand the difference in energy and in thoughts when we think of what we have as the cure for cancer and how we would be unapologetic about talking about it and sharing and being excited about getting the word out versus what we offer now, where we might be questioning and hesitating and wondering if people even really want to hear about us and what we have to offer. Another thing I found so eye-opening in that group coaching session when this all came to fruition is that when I talked about this concept and I talked very specifically about each niche and how they absolutely had at least 100 people out there who wanted what folks were offering in the room, one mom admitted she thought I was just trying to make her feel good by saying there were 100 people out there wanting her services. And here's the other thing that I want to mention with that is that it's not so much about facts. Truly, like I can tell you with 100% certainty that unless you have a terrible, terrible business idea, I guarantee you there are 100 people out there looking for you and wanting what you have to offer. Please send me a note, DM me, email me. Let me know if you want to argue that, and I will for sure entertain that argument, but reach out. But the thing is, it's not so much about facts. It's about how we approach our work in different headspaces. That's what this is all about. And I want you to do this exercise with me right now. I want you to imagine one person out there looking for you. Imagine them finding you. Maybe a friend connected the two of you, or they met you at a networking event and they're just relieved that they finally have support. It feels good, right? It feels energizing. It's motivating. It makes us want to get up and take action. That's what matters. Not whether it's true that 100 people are out there. Though again, we want to make sure that you have a viable business where there's a market for what you're offering. But how you feel is what matters, because that is what will lead you to taking action. And unfortunately, if you feel like you're bugging people, if you feel uncertain, if you feel hesitant, that is going to lead to inaction. But if you feel good and energized and motivated and ready to take action, you're going to be taking action, and not just obligatory posting or robotic explaining what you do and who you help. You will take action from a place of service. Again, it's not about you anymore. It's how are you making it easier for those people to find you? It's about those people who are looking for you. So here's my challenge for you today. What would change in your business if you truly, deeply believed that 100 people are out there right now searching for exactly what you offer? How would you show up differently on social media? How would your content sound? How confidently would you speak about your services? What bold moves would you make in your marketing? This isn't about inflating your ego or being pushy. It's about recognizing the genuine value you bring and honoring the people who need what only you can provide in your unique way with your unique set of experiences. Those 100 people, they're struggling right now because they haven't found you yet. Your visibility is not a selfish act. And trust me, you're not bugging them. They're looking for you. It's all an act of service. So this week, I want you to try on this belief like a new outfit. Wake up each morning and tell yourself, there are 100 people looking for me and what I offer today. How can I help them find me? And just see what shifts for you. Notice how your energy changes. Pay attention to the inspired actions that naturally flow from that belief. And please come tell me about it. Shoot me a DM on Instagram or email me at Jenna, Jenna, at jenna.coach. I genuinely want to hear how this mindset shift impacts the actions that you take in your business. Not just the actions you take, but how you take them, right? The confidence that you have when you are creating content, the confidence that you have when you're talking to a family member, the confidence that you have when you meet with an old coworker. Let me know. I want to hear about it. Until next time, remember, those 100 people are waiting for you to show up. Don't keep them waiting any longer. I will see you next week. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of How to Quit Your Job, a mom's guide to creating a life and business you love. If you want to learn more about how I can help you stop making excuses and start making moves, head on over to www.jenna.coach. I'll see you next week.